Hey everyone, it's me Triton, and in today's video I'm going to talk about why I think stats are a bad thing for Star Wars Battlefront 2. You might be asking me why I think it's a bad thing, given that stats aren't currently in the game. But many people are speculating that stats will be coming to the game based on a data mine screenshot that showed a potential update to one of the home screen interfaces that included stats. Now, I don't think all stats are bad for the game, and I'm going to talk about a few that I think are fine. So when I say stats in a negative way, I am really talking about kill to death ratio, or any variant of it. And here's why. If you currently play Battlefront 2, aside from the loot crate disaster at launch, my guess is you'd best characterize the game as being really fun. If you have a friend who plays, I'm sure they share in that sentiment. It's a good time, whether you're playing solo or with friends. But you know one of the easiest ways to end that good time? Have people start worrying about their KDs in the playlists that revolve around objectives, which is currently 4 out of 5 of them. If you're already frustrated when a hero on your team hides in the back and seldom engages the enemy, can you imagine how much worse that's going to be if there was a KD tracker in heaven forbid leaderboards for heroes and or classes? How much more camping would we experience? How many more people would actively avoid playing the objective? And let's not pretend that people don't do this in every game that's competitive, quote unquote, just because of stat trackers and leaderboards. I'll admit to being guilty of this at times. One of my goals going into Destiny 2 was to maintain a 2.0 KD, something that I haven't managed to do. While I never avoid playing objectives to an egregious degree, I do get a little frustrated when I have a poor game knowing that I need to have a few great ones to get back on track. Look, perhaps you're not one of those players, and that's probably how it should be. It's just a game after all. Still, even if you don't change your style of play based on your stats, it doesn't mean other people on your team and in your lobby will follow suit. Bottom line, Battlefront 2 is fun, and I like that a majority of the playlists are objective based. Please EA, don't introduce stats into the game that might negatively impact how people play it. Now on the flip side, as I mentioned in the opening, I don't think all stats are bad. Here are a few that I think would be really interesting and perhaps enlightening to be in the game. I'd love to know how many eliminations I have with each weapon. Sure, your milestones under the career tab keep track of this up to 150 eliminations, but what about beyond that? What if it was something that my opponents could see if I defeat them while using that weapon or ability? I think that'd be pretty cool in my opinion. How about the amount of time we spent in each playlist, or the amount of time we've played on each map? You could even take some of those stats back to EA if you find that you always seem to play on 1 or 2 maps more than anything else. I am even okay with seeing your total amount of eliminations and your eliminations by playlist. I wouldn't even mind an obscure stat like how many suicides you have. But as much as I like knowing my KD as someone who takes pride in playing well, by that standard at least, it's just not something that fits into an objective-based multiplayer environment. You might say that Counter-Strike and Overwatch are objective-based, but those games don't have a star cards equivalent that can greatly increase the effectiveness of your character, along with permanent weapon mods that can only be obtained through eliminating enemies. Both of those things have a heavy influence on a player's performance. But I'd definitely be interested to know what you guys think, good, bad, or indifferent. If you'd like to leave a comment below or reach out to me on Twitter at TritonPlz, I'd love to continue the conversation there. And as always, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel and checking out the video. I already have a few ideas for a video early next week, but until that time guys, I hope you have a great day.
If they take down that deflector shield, the command bridge will be fully exposed. They're targeting the midship deflector. Protect it.